Greenbrier Ghost, the spirit that solved her own murder. Greenbrier, West Virginia, in the late 19th century, was a small, peaceful community surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests. Life was simple, and people kept to themselves, until the tragic death of Zona Heaster Shue brought a chilling mystery to light, one that would forever change how the town viewed the supernatural. Zona Heaster, a spirited young woman of 23, had recently married a blacksmith named Erasmus Edward Shue. By all accounts, their marriage had come quickly. Erasmus was a newcomer to Greenbrier, a man of mystery with a magnetic charm. Though Zona's mother, Mary Jane Heaster, felt uneasy about her daughter's whirlwind romance, Zona appeared happy, at least on the surface. A tragic discovery. On January 23, 1897, a local boy was sent to the Shue home to deliver an errand. As he entered the house, the boy found a horrifying scene. Zona was lying lifeless at the bottom of the stairs, her body eerily straight, with her legs together and arms by her side. Her head was tilted unnaturally to one side. Terrified, the boy ran to alert Erasmus and the local doctor, George Knapp. When Erasmus arrived, he displayed an unsettling combination of grief and urgency. He carried Zona's body to the bed and dressed her himself, a highly unusual act at the time, as this was traditionally done by women in the community. He placed a stiff collar and scarf around her neck and refused to let anyone examine her closely. When Dr. Knapp arrived, Erasmus behaved so erratically, weeping and wailing uncontrollably, that the doctor performed only a cursory examination. He noted some bruising on Zona's neck, but, pressured by Erasmus's insistence, ruled her death as natural. Everlasting faint, a vague term commonly used at the time. Zona was quickly buried in the local cemetery, but her mother, Mary Jane Heaster, couldn't shake her suspicions. She had never trusted Erasmus. He had a dark aura about him, she thought, and she feared her daughter had married in haste without truly knowing the man. The ghostly visit. Mary Jane was consumed by grief, but also by a gnawing sense that something was wrong. She prayed every night, asking for a sign, a revelation, or anything that could explain her daughter's sudden death. And then, Zona came to her. For 4 nights in a row, Mary Jane claimed her daughter's ghost appeared to her. Zona looked just as she had in life, but there was a sadness and urgency in her eyes. In these visions, Zona revealed the horrifying truth. Erasmus had killed her in a fit of rage. She explained how, during an argument, he had become violent and grabbed her by the neck. With chilling clarity, the ghost demonstrated how Erasmus had crushed her windpipe and twisted her neck until it broke. As if to prove the story, the ghost turned her head completely around, showing Mary Jane the unnatural angle of the injury. Mary Jane awoke each night shaken but convinced. This wasn't a mere dream. It was her daughter crying out for justice. A mother's fight for justice. Mary Jane took her story to the local prosecutor, John Preston. At first, Preston was skeptical. A ghost? It sounded absurd. But Mary Jane's determination, combined with the peculiar circumstances of Zona's death, convinced him to investigate further. Preston ordered the exhumation of Zona's body for a proper autopsy. Though Erasmus strongly objected, he could do nothing to stop it. The townspeople gathered at the cemetery, murmuring about the strange case. When the body was exhumed, the findings shocked everyone. The autopsy revealed clear evidence of foul play. Zona's neck was broken, with her windpipe crushed and ligaments torn. There were unmistakable bruises in the shape of fingers around her throat. The medical examiners concluded that her death was not natural. It was murder. The trial, Erasmus Shue was immediately arrested and charged with murder. During the trial, Mary Jane testified about her ghostly encounters. Though the court tried to focus on the physical evidence, her testimony captivated the jury and the public. Could it really be that Zona's ghost had reached out from beyond the grave to accuse her killer? Erasmus's past also came to light during the trial. He had been married twice before, and both marriages had ended under suspicious circumstances. One wife had divorced him for abuse, and the other had died mysteriously. The jury deliberated for only an hour before finding Erasmus guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison, but his notoriety followed him even behind bars. He died a few years later, shunned and disgraced. The legacy of the Greenbrier Ghost. The story of the Greenbrier Ghost has fascinated generations. It remains the only case in U.S. history where a ghost's testimony was a key factor in solving a crime. To this day, Zona's grave stands in Greenbrier, a quiet reminder of the chilling events that unfolded there. Was Mary Jane truly visited by her,